What I really want you to think about and put on your mind is this. Don't let the losses, don't let the shortcomings get you down. I mean, sometimes a door closes because another one's going to open, right? But you won't be able to see that door opening if you're too caught up on that door that closed, or if you would have went in that room for that matter, right? Or sometimes we have to go through bad experiences because that's the only way the strength we needed would have been forged, you know? For example, I'll be vulnerable. When I was a kid, I used to get teased a lot. Oh, a lot to me. I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's no need to debate what the degree of a lot. It's a lot to me. And as I get older, people always tell me, yo, like, you always want to debate art. And what they're saying, and the reason why people think I want to debate somebody is because I talk strong. You want to know why? Because when I was a child, people preyed on me and made me feel weak. So now when I raise my voice, I'm strong. I'm not backing down. Because when I was a child, I felt people ran over me. So as a man, that won't happen. However, if I didn't have that experience as a child, I would not be this strong of a man. Me feeling weak when I was a kid is what led to me becoming such a strong man. Do you understand that? There are a lot of weak men that were strong kids. But they're weak now. They can't and I say weak by the mind because the body is always willing. It's just what the mind allows it to do. But there are men now that you know, when you were kids, they could do so much, but they can do nothing now. Right? Interesting. Because privilege can make people weak. You know, I always tell a sports analogy. One of the few I like to use is the undefeated fighter. It's great. It is great. It is great until that fighter meets the challenge. Because one thing about life is if you've not been challenged enough, a challenge will arise one day and we'll all meet our doom. But the doom ain't the end because you learn from your losses. So that's why when you have these moments, like the great Maya Angelou once said, you will indeed see many defeats, but you must not be defeated. It's just part of the process. Think about it like a 7-game series. So what? I'll lose 2, 3 games. I'm not gonna lose 4. But that has to be your mindset. And if you don't see loss as an experience that you can learn from, you can never get this mindset. You will always be stuck in the victimhood, meaning things are always gonna be bad for you. It's never can get better. And sometimes to get to this mindset, you got to get on your own because we got a lot of people around us that are naysayers that remind you all the negativity. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure a lot of you can attest to this. You have circles where you want to share your thoughts and ideas, but you're scared to because you and I both know if you tell them what your deepest thoughts and passions are, all they're going to do is tell you what's wrong with it. And that sucks. But that's a lot of the people that we share spaces with. It's not because they're bad people. Fear is a mind killer, and most of us don't think. You gotta remember, average American may have a high school diploma, and let's be honest, most of y'all wasn't doing much in high school because public school don't really set you up for life. It doesn't make you a thinker. It just makes you a worker, and if we're being honest, not even a good one. But nonetheless, knowing that information, you have to look at everybody and act accordingly, right? You might go off and do great things in your life. You might advance yourself, but you need to start to realize that what I'm doing is not average. Everyone else ain't doing this. And therefore you can't start looking at people to be able to keep up and respond as you would. They don't have your experience. It's not their practice, you know? But that was on my heart. You know, I know a lot of you guys, you're trying, you're putting your best foot forward, and sometimes you feel like, yo, it's not being reciprocated, or it's not fair. You know, I saw a report that said that the average American does not believe hard work pays off anymore. That's not true. You just guys, a lot of your belief is based on dollar value. You think because you don't get the premium dollar, you're not getting the worth, and that's not always true. And some of us, we have to create our lane for ourselves. We're not meant to be workers. That's very far and few though. That's not everybody that's gonna hear this message. All right. But some of us, that's what your problem is. You're trying to fit in someplace and you were meant to stand out. But I know you guys have a short attention span and this is already 5 minutes, so have a great day. I'm now gonna hop in the shower and get dressed. You've got to see me in a do-rag. Have a good day.